Welcome to Game 4 of this fascinating semi-final between SF4 Novara and for Papandretti Bergamo. It all started so well for Novara in the navy blue tonight, and then Bergamo stormed back in the next two games. It was 1-0 to Novara, and then Bergamo took the next two. A 3-2 classic on Eurosport the other evening, and then a stunning result as Bergamo walked away with a 3-0 win in Game 3. They are playing better and better, and this Volley Novara team are going to have to find some way back into this semi-final. It's last chance scenario tonight. If they don't take this one, then Bergamo will be heading through to the final to meet Scavallini Pesaro, who made easy work of Yamame, their semi-final opponents, by 3 games to 0. Yes, we can. There's the message in the stands for the home team of Novara. But that remains to be seen. Feng Kun in your picture, the Chinese captain, Olympic gold medalist from 2004, the starting setter for this Novara team, but hasn't quite been able to work her magic since Game 1. They've got such a great lineup with the likes of Anzanello through the middle with Paola Paggi, 2 starting players from the Italian squad. Feng Kun in the setting position, Barcellini and Osmokrovic, 2 talented outside hitters, and Margareta Kozuk of Germany in the opposite position. That's how they should start tonight. There's Osmokrovic, the captain. As the teams wait to take their place on court, the starting sixes haven't varied at all from match to match. It's been the same 12 players, 6 each side of the net, plus the libero on top of that, of course, that have come out onto the floor for each one of these games. For Bergamo, same sort of thing. Ortolani has been in scintillating form, only a few blips in her amazing efforts over the last 3 games. Merlo will play at libero, then it's Barazza and Arrighetti improving all the time through the middle. Giannini, Delacorte out wide, Lobianco setting. Out comes Anzanello then to take her place on court. Number 1, the middle blocker, Feng Kun, the setter, joined by Paggi, the other middle blocker. Then Barcellini, the player that can be put under pressure by this Bergamo side. Osmokrovic hasn't quite been as good in the semi-final stage as she's been all season. She has been brilliant, one of the best players for the Novara team. Cardillo is the libero. What a sensation she is when she's on form. Kozuk in that opposite position. She's going to have to come up with a big game tonight if Novara are going to level this series up at 2 apiece. For Bergamo, Ortolani in the opposite position. If she can be consistent, she is just about unstoppable. Barazza, very experienced Italian international through the middle. Giannini, the golden girl of Serie A, so long with the Italian squad, so long as a professional player. Arrighetti starting out in her career, the other middle blocker in number 13 shirt. Lobianco, the experienced setter, and Delacorte, the aggressive outside hitter, along with the high jumping libero. It's going to be a cracking game, that's for sure. That's how they're going to line up. Merlo is the libero, that different coloured shirt, the defensive specialist, and as we suspected, all 6 players exactly the same. So then, can Bergamo take this one through tonight? Brilliant game in prospect from a very good series of matches so far at this semi-final level. Pesaro await the winner of this match in the Findomestic Volley Cup final. Sistel Volley Novara in the navy blue up against for Papandretti Bergamo. Bergamo having gone 1 game down in this best of 5 game series, then came back 3-2 and 3-0 to make it 2-1. Novara now playing for their lives in this semi-final. 2-1 down. They need to win tonight to stay in the Findomestic Volley Cup. It's Lobianco that gets things underway. Pretty straightforward kill from Paggi running that slide deep. Feng Kun has to come up with, I think, a more varied approach to her setting. For some reason, she just ran out of ideas, and at 2-0 up, Novara were coasting in Game 2. Brilliant comeback from Bergamo to take that game 3-0 here on Eurosport the other evening. Just confirmed how tricky this fixture is, and these two teams so closely matched in the league during the season. No surprise to see them very, very tight in this semi-final. Super block. Very nicely lined up on Barcellini. Ortolani and Barazza got hold of that one. Very nice move actually from Ortolani in off the line to cover that cross court. Well, for me, there's a few key players involved in this match tonight that have got to have big games. Van Koon has to be more expressive with her setting. Ortolani has to be consistent. And then on the other side of the net, the other opposite player, Kozuk, in the navy blue of Novara, she's got to make a lot of kills to take the pressure, especially off Barcellini. Not too concerned about Osmokrovic. There's Barcellini just working the ball off the hands and wide. Clearly there's a policy here then. They're trying to wipe off as much as possible. Van Koon to serve again, 3-2 Novara. Good defence. Oh, what a play from Cardillo. That's sensational. Cardillo not just making the pickup, she actually popped that ball right onto Van Koon's head, well, Kozuk's head in the end. Koon was involved in defence. Barcellini obligingly put that one away. Good service run from the Chinese setter for Novara. Didn't look nervous at all before this game, did they? There was lots of laughing and joking on the bench. In fact, it was Bergamo 2-1 up that looked a little more worried about the situation. Francesca Piccinini then throwing that one wide, and not the best start from Bergamo. Bring you up to date with the score from the other evening, and it really was quite a bizarre scoreline in the end. And Bergamo not pressured in any of the sets. They finished them in double quick time, really. 19 minutes for the first set, then the next two sets of 25 minutes apiece for 25-13, 25-20, 25-20. At home, as they have been during the course of the season. Very strong indeed. Good run of points from Novara, though. You really can't imagine that this isn't going to go the distance. Surely we're going to have to go to a deciding match on Thursday evening. Rigorous time of season for these players. If you come through your quarter-final and then your semi-finals to the final series, you can be into double figures in games by the end of the year in just 3 weeks of volleyball. Piccinini this time makes her kill. You may remember Francesca from our Mission to Athens series years ago. A number of other athletes here on Eurosport. We followed her progress to the Olympics with the Italian team. Great defence from Barazza down the line. This time the little blocker can't make the play. It's two sweet hits from Barcellini. How well has she started this match? A glorious set from Van Koon. Always nice to read the maker's name on the volleyball as it comes out of the setter's hands. No spin on it. Oh, is that going out? It's been taken by Delacorte. Piccinini flashing another drive off the block and down. Piccinini carrying an injury early season, so once or twice when we saw her in action here on the channel, she just didn't come up to expectations. She got subbed in a couple of games. She's got stronger and stronger as this season's gone on. Oh, she's in fantastic form for the playoffs. The early shake, the early wobble has been overcome. Whacks that off Kozuk's block. Now then, Cardillo's got to do something about this. She mustn't be passive in this service receive, because they're trying to bring Osmokrovic in off the line. And they're attempting to restrict the setting options of Van Koon by taking Osmokrovic's approach away, making her jump lower. We'll see if they continue that service tactic. Giannini full flight now. And doesn't Lobianco know it? Gave her a couple of little tester sets early on. She missed one, killed the next one. And since then, Lobianco has been loath to set anywhere else. That's hit Kozuk, trying to celebrate that one, but it came off her body. So everything Piccinini touches at the moment is turning to gold. It's in fact Delacorte, my apologies, who made the block onto Kozuk. Piccinini serving, of course. And it's a definite tactic. They're trying to take Osmokrovic out the game here. And Bergamo, having made a slightly shaky start, have settled things down now. This is super. A service tactic to try and take the most devastating hitter out of the play on the Novara side. Osmokrovic, the captain. The service tactic has worked, and now the blocking tactic has worked, setting up cross-court on the Croatian. She doesn't particularly like Funkern's sets, that's for sure. Osmokrovic is happier the 19-year-old Bektis setting because she has a bit more control over telling where Bektis can set the ball. She likes the ball right over the top of the block so she can rely on her jump to go up and over the top. Got to be fair, Osmokrovic has been hitting for a long time now in this league, and she's been brilliant for a long time. Funkern's got to go with that. Slightly slower set, a little bit higher. I don't think coach Luciano Perula is too happy with his Novara side then. After a brilliant start, pegged right back, and for Lorenzo Micheli, who was one game down, remember, with his Bergamo team in this series, and 2 sets to love down, staring 2-0 in the face, has brought them back convincingly since then. They've taken 5 straight sets to go 2-1 up. In fact, taken 6 straight sets from 2-0 down. Unanswered volleyball at the moment, and Novara will be wondering where this next set is going to come from. So over pass, that's going to be 2 touches or a carry, or set over the net. A whole choice there for the referee to go with. Kuhn setting the ball in Bergamo court space. Making this look easy, and the Novara wheels have come off, I'm afraid. Again, Osmokrovic is pressured. It's a huge hit from Paggi, but it's alive. It's come off the foot. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, no, Delacorte got the touch. I thought that was long. What a pickup from the libero, Melo.
Ok, non è che me l'invento.
I think it missed her arms, hit her foot and came up. And then Delacorte just picking up the finger of Kozuk on the way past to continue this run. And Novara getting pasted here. Finally a block, this one on Ortolani. It was a good set. Bit of pinball between Osmokrovic and Paggi. Just going to play side-out volleyball from here, the team in white, Bergamo. Oh, that's great defence. Well played, both sides. And Ortolani's been stuffed out of sight again by Paggi and Osmokrovic, so they've got the youngster's number. That was a big miss there from Delacorte. Osmokrovic goes one-on-one, so she's managing to claim back some of the points she's lost. Ligeti switching places with Lobianco. Watch Lobianco get left in the middle there. She got it. She just got a cross-court stuff block in the middle. That's the shortest player on court for Papandretti Bergamo. Bianco at just 171 tall. This is going very well indeed, isn't it, for the Bergamo team? Dula is already frustrated. Potentially a long way to go in this match, and he more than most will understand that being 1 and 2-0 down isn't the end of the game. You've got to stay positive, got to keep looking for your way in. That's what Osmokrovic can do with the ball in the right place. Still 2 blockers to beat, and she made it look like it was a free net. Shelley thinking hard. To think about in this one as well, especially when you've got 2 teams that know each other so well. This is their 6th meeting of this season across all competitions.
Inside out at the moment, so Shelley's got a big job to do.
I piani di rimbalzo ci sono, bene, buono il livello della battuta, va bene lì, però come sta facendo anche la Vale, no, dobbiamo andare, tanto lì rimane 1, poi torniamo sulla 0, tu vai, appena arriva vai, non ti preoccupare, ok? Dai ragazzi, andiamo!
Shelley can be more excitable than the other coach, Luciano Pedula. Pedula tends to get pretty moody and pretty upset with his players. The coach has their own way of doing things. Bergamo fans here hoping that they're going to be able to cheer their team into the final. A comfortable win here to make it 3-1. Start by Bergamo in the white, 6 points ahead in this first set. Kozuk has started this game well. The German opposite player, Margareta Kozuk, has had 3 big sets now, and she's killed all of them convincingly. Oh, keep doing this. Good point, then serve in the net or serve out the back of court. Actually getting a right telling off from Coach Pedula. Kozuk there being asked to hit an almost impossible ball from Funku, but they've picked up the point. Kept that legal. Just long enough for the fault to be committed. Touch it was. Original one. Now this was where Novara made a good run of points right at the start of the set with Funkun serving, but that's been seen off immediately by Piccinini, who's got her eye in here. Not sure how good she is over a 5-game match, but if Bergamo can finish this in 4, Piccinini should be able to fire on all cylinders for the duration of those sets. Finishing in 3 will be much better, and then they'll be in the final against Pesaro. Nice movement in the backcourt from Osmokrovic. Another free ball opportunity. Oh dear, what a mess. Aligetti there, I think, getting in the way of Delacore. That pipe set, yes, that pipe set was given to Delacore, and Aligetti was still coming round to run an A quick in front, or a B quick in front of the setter Lo Bianco. Gilda Lombardo on. That's a normal substitution for Novara. She'll come on serve, play some backcourt, and then go off again. And a good start. Aligetti rather awkwardly prodding that one over. Osmokrovic makes her point, and the early pressure she had applied, I think, would just have fired the Croatian up, to be honest. She loves a challenge, and she's responding well now. Michelli having to use one of his 2 timeouts for this set. having seen his team get off to a stunning start. Just overcame that early run of points on the Funkid serve, and then from that point onwards, the Papandretti Bergamo haven't looked back. But this is the first time they've just been held back a touch. Kasia Guska. I was going to say Kasia Guska, it's Valerio Rossa, my apologies, on the Novara side. Just a quick chat. That plays pretty much anywhere on the Novara court. She probably will get some court time tonight, but she'll see that many points remains to be seen. Important phase here for Bergamo. They need a side out, and they've got it. So this super quick ball out to the antenna from Lo Bianco is working. Heard it described the other day as smashing the light bulb on top of the antenna, that sort of pace. That's clearly what Lo Bianco's going for, and Piccinini's just coming in and intercepting that. Sorokate is in. Sorokate for Lithuania. Very, very good player, very tall player as well. Now I think I'm right in saying an Italian citizen. Cheekily bumped over there by Kuhn. Both setters getting a bit of hefty work at the moment. And that's out. Good hit again from Kozuk. She's getting quite a lot of weight behind these early shots. As long as that ball's in front of her, as long as she's got something to run into and jump into, then the weight of shot from Kozuk is good. Sorokate is out, Lo Bianco back in, so it was just a couple of points tactic. It's the last time we'll see Indra Sorokate in this set. And the 4-point lead remains for the team in white. Anzanello serves. That's a really, really good play. Aligetti very early into position, so there was no deception involved there. But what she did do was stay strong in the air, realise she had one blocker, and beat that blocker very convincingly. Novara back to trading side outs at the moment. There was that little play that we saw the other evening, which I thought in the end Funkun overused, but they run a reverse side tandem with Pagi and Kozuk coming around the back of that. Overloads the blocker on the left side. Tricky play at the net from both teams, and that's brilliantly saved. Pinpoint accuracy from Del Colle, and can't slow down that shot from brilliant Pagi. A bit like Juigi, Pagi will run very, very wide on that slide D and take the ball the furthest point that she can reach. Good shot. Signs hit of a very good Novara recovery, and Michelli knows it. These are the sets that you've got to take. Once you've had the lead, mustn't let the opposition back in. You've got to do enough to get over the line. They need 5 points. They've got a 2-point advantage. Who's going to come up with the shots? It's a great piece of defence, but unlucky for Kozuk, just flew out of play. And Aligetti has kept it simple. Use that height of hers, use that power of hers. Reminds me a bit of the French tennis player, Mauresmo. So he hits the ball as hard. It's tight. Yeah, that was over-ambitious from Aligetti on that occasion. It's funny, isn't it? Even at this level, when players get a chance to set the ball, they overdo it. They want to make it pinpoint accurate. Marcellini's back in after her rest along the back line, courtesy of Lombardo. Lombardo's done well, actually. came on with Novara in terrible trouble. Smokrovic is off the front line though. Barcellini's got to have some big shots here. So there's the kill from Del Corre. Now then, the options are varied here for Funkoon, but really should be looking to set either Paggi or Barcellini. It's Paggi that gets the sets and hits that slide D very hard down the line. 4 marks to Merlot for standing her ground. Just about. She's got this habit of falling over backwards to try and contain the power. It works sometimes, but she has to be hit pretty square by the ball, otherwise she's falling away from it and very often just deflects the ball away from the court. Interesting call here. Comes Chiara. Rosso does get some court time. Was that touched on the way past? The referee says yes. A few protests here from Bergamo, but I think Del Corre got a piece of this. Well, it was actually Ortolani. Did she? No, I don't think she did. She just brushed her arm, but this is close. Certainly. Interesting. Also putting her team back in a good position and then blowing that serve into the net, so it's unfortunate for Novara. Anyway, Funkoon back in. Spelt Feng, but pronounced Feng. 3:21. Pedula uses his second time out for Novara. And considering how messy this first set has been, this has been a really good effort to come back. And they've nearly got themselves back into contention here in the first set. To get themselves back into contention in the game in general. 2-1 down at the moment in this best of 5.
E sentiamolo sempre più forte, il regno dei playoff, l'applauso di tutto il palazzo.
Good try. Just ran out of space there, Lobianco. Heading towards those constantly rotating advertising boards. A little bit heavy to run into. 23-22. Great pick up. It's going to be a free ball. Bergamo have to kill this. And they do just. Jenny Barazza with the kill to the right side of court after this terrific pickup. Look at that pancake from the back line. Funkoon running all the way in, and then Barazza running a little slide D. Good pattern from her to keep Anzanello guessing and gain 2 set points for Bergamo. First one goes begging. Big clubbing right hand of Anzanello. That's a brave set actually from Funkoon, who doesn't usually find Anzanello all that convincingly. Certainly better than Lindsay Berg used to. Previous incumbent of the Novara setting position, and trouble here. 2 set points have disappeared. Smokrovic kills the overpass, and it's 24-all. Great comeback from Novara. Waited for that to be a legal hit. Oh my goodness, Barcellini into the net. What a time to do that. It's good from the coach, little low five as his player went past him. Important to keep the youngsters supported. Now then, Bacci, we've seen her produce the goods in previous matches. The word for Bacci is only one word: aggressive. That's all that you can apply to her game. She is all out, heart on the sleeve, Bergamo through and through. And a sweet kill. What a super angle from Osmokrovic. Those angles only exist to players like Osmokrovic. Her jump enables her to find the court in ways that most other hitters can only dream of. .25 all. Ortolani's barely had a hit in this first set. The two she has had, she's stuck in the block, but she might be called into action here. No. What a beautiful swing from Piccinini. Keeps it simple. Watch her hit this cross court outside of Barcellini, inside of the defence of Osmokrovic. Fourth set point. Another great save from Osmokrovic. The two outside hitters having a fine battle here. Well, this would be cruel for Bergamo, wouldn't it, at home with a strong lead, to lose out. Great set. Lobianco there giving a super shot option for Aragetti, who's such an awkward customer. I mean, awkward for players to play against, but I think she must be pretty tough to set to as well. Doesn't exactly have a regular rhythm to her approach. Big save required again from the captain. Big save produced. Every single set point at the moment by Bergamo is being countered by the team in blue, Novara. Here's a chance. Just a bit of hesitation, I think. Osmokrovic and Kozuk next to each other in that back line. Both had a thought about hitting that. Osmokrovic got there first, but I don't think with full commitment. And then she was really disappointed when this ball came off the block. Nobody reacted. What a great set. This time Funkun finds Paggi. This is a cracking first set. Ortolani, that was a risky delivery from Lobianco. She's seen Ortolani miss a few shots, but she trusted her young outside hitter. .29-28, set points keep flowing for Bergamo, but they really should put one away. Set point number 7, Del Corre will serve. Cardillo just organising the service reception. Good service reception from Osmokrovic, great defence. That's too tight. But Anzanello negotiates it very tidily indeed. She barely jumped there, Anzanello. But the ball was in the right place, and Funkun trusting her big middle hitter. Quite rightly in the end. 29 all. Great first set. Chance here for Novara to take the lead. Oh, and they do. Osmokrovic has been simply brilliant in the final phase of this first set, turning it this time to the right side of the block. So many of the hitters on that pipe attack have been turning it to position 1, which is left side, as they face the court. First set point for Novara. This will be a cruel steal, and it's their best rotation. Negotiated by Ortolani, this time not falling into that trap of just hammering it into the block. Barazza goes back to serve. Ortolani beating Anzanello's outstretched arm, and Pedula thought he had that one then. But his team had it anyway. Barazza with the serve, great serve. And that's a well-earned point, no touch. Kozuk celebrates hard, but she knows really. Went for the fingers, didn't get near them. Good point. 8 points now to, or 8 chances now to finish this set for Bergamo. Novara have had one and missed it. That's waits patiently. Michelli yells his instructions. Now, it was a good serve from Jenny Barazza last time, and she went for it again, but ended up halfway up the net. Just had to wait too long for that chance. Barcellini, we've got a full rotation there. Do you remember when Barcellini put it in the net? She goes super high this time. And good block cover. Anzanello, though, dispatches the overpass. Second set point to Novara. We're not into record territory here by any means yet, but this is a good set, isn't it, to kick things off tonight. And there's the set. A stuff block on Del Core. And a very cruel finish for the away side, Novara, to deliver that against the home team. Bergamo really were flying and should have taken that first set comfortably, but Novara... Good heavy hit to start with. Return the compliment. Let's just watch how the early stages develop here. Let's see if Novara really have got their feet under the table, or whether that first set win was just Bergamo's failure to finish the job off. That's a good start. Remember, they made a good start to the first set as well, the team in navy blue, only to see that disappear. Didn't cost them in the end. We've seen some sensational defence in this match so far. Call from the referee. I think the non-setters get away with too many poor volleys. That one was pretty obvious from Sarah Anzanello. Bit of everything there, a double touch and a carry all at once. And showing how it should be done. It's a nasty little clash of bodies there, but nobody's seriously injured. Merlo throwing herself all over the place. 3-2 Bergamo. Very good hit. Not sure how much control Kozuk had over that.
l'attacco del capitano 4-3. Francesca Piccini al servizio.
Still waiting to see how this set is going to develop. Early signs suggest that both teams have just returned to business as usual. Side out volleyball. It was great. Osmokovic forced a long way back there to pass that ball, but came back really, really strong to the net to hit this Fonkun set. Well, Ortolani hasn't fired at the moment. That could actually be a problem for Bergamo as this game goes on. Osmokovic, after an early roughing up at the hands of the Bergamo servers, has responded very well. Adejetti goes into the net, and this is slightly worrying, I would say, for coach Micheli on the Bergamo side. It's worrying enough for Micheli to call a timeout. Interesting to see both coaches focused and operating with a real intensity. It's all about getting it right with your players and basing your coaching on the way your players are anyway in matches. All of us learn at some stage that if you're very, very intense as a coach but your team isn't, then you're at odds with what they're doing and the way they're thinking. Both teams want to win this match, though, that's for sure. Adejetti gets it right this time. Some big hitting going on out there. A clubbing spike this time from Kozuk. That little slide D side set that goes on from Fonkun. She uses that a lot on the reverse. Barats has missed one, so 8-5. 3-point lead at the technical timeout. Pretty straightforward stuff for Novara, and Bergamo showing a few worrying signs here of just drifting out of the game.
E non dobbiamo perdere, ho detto, possiamo fare un errore ma non perdere i pezzi della partita, perché poi dopo ne vengono due di errori, ok? Quindi ritorniamo a fare prima le cose semplici fatte bene e poi ci rimettiamo in gara, dai,
Well, both teams have done well not to have any injury worries at this stage. But I bet you there are some very tired bodies out there after 4 very intense matches in 8 days. You can see a lot of the players wearing this supportive black tape around their bodies just to try and give that little bit of extra protection to sore shoulders and sore calves and Achilles and knees.
Si rientra dal primo tempo tecnico, Novara marchi di 3, è ancora forte da tutto il balzo, l'applauso, riprende l'incontro.
Novara making the better start to this match then. A shaky first set in the end for both teams. That stayed hit from Del Core. She's pretty intense. Really wrapped that one on the floor. 2 points then the difference between these two teams in the second set. Novara lead by 1 set to love. So clever. Osmokovic realising where the space was. That's what I like about her. She's always got a plan B. Plan A is pretty devastating from Nataša Osmokrović, but when things aren't absolutely there for her, Plan B is never far away from her thoughts. Now, what's happened here for Piccinini? She's just managed to take out all the advertising hoardings. Nothing too dramatic. 9-6 Novara. Just singing the praises of Osmokrović. She goes and sticks it in the net. Five serve errors. I don't know if you just saw that statistic. 5 errors for Novara. And we're only halfway through set 2. So a quarter of a set given away. Approximately. Well, I said Ortolani's got to have a big game. Giaccori and Piccinini can't do it all on their own, and the pass has got to improve because Barazza and our opposite number Arroghetti aren't getting a lot of quick sets in front. Most of the sets they're getting are round the back, the reverse sets, the slide Ds and Cs. Marcellini is hitting solidly. Great work. Piccinini inside the 3-metre line with that hit. Some cut on that, nowhere near the block of Kozuk. Off the shoulder. Kozuk doesn't get a third go at that. Osmokrović does and can't put it away. Good recovery from Novara and a nice turn from Anzanello. Plenty of time, plenty of space, but Bergamo there with a very spirited point. 3 really good defensive plays to get that back over to the Novara side. Bianco's seen the funny side of it. Well, Piccinini's hitting tonight has been exquisite. She has barely put a foot wrong. Early gamble from Pedula. Early argument with Marcellini as well, as Lombardo comes into the action. Oh, no touch given. Much to the anger of both Kozuk and Anzanello. Osmokrović, the only player really allowed to ask the referee about that, and he says, it's out, didn't see a touch. You can only call what you see. And those plays right under the referee's nose are very tough to spot. Now that must have touched something. Lines judge says yes, it touched the block. So this time Novara gets the call. Margareta Kozuk wants to get to the cup final. Talani with a wild hit, but a net touch given. Well, she's a lucky girl there. I've not quite got the red flush cheeks yet. Well, there we go. What was the problem with that call? That was well spotted by the second official, watching what he should have been watching, top of the net tape. Bacci comes in. Well, there's no panic stations out there for Bergamo, but Bacci's been brought on. And that is the side tandem play on the reverse. They've got away with it, but only just. The timing on that was pretty poor. Too high, too floaty, and too easy for that blocker to re-jump if they have to. Del Corre's annoyed with herself, but the hands were pointing out of court. Nice pass from Merlot. Tell you who we haven't seen a lot of yet, Cardillo. Kept the ball well and truly away from her, haven't they? They've worked the lines, they've worked the short plays. Novara can't get away again. Well, Margarita Kozik is hitting this ball harder than I think I've ever seen her hit it. She was screaming and shouting before she even contacted this. And then when she did contact it, my goodness, it flew. German is determined to prove a point in this game. Arcellini's back in for Lombardo. Del Corre gets in on the power hitting action. That's a nice set. What a setter Lobianco is. What a great player. Oh, what a good serve. All the damage has been repaired and Micheli's happy about that. 15-all. Okay, next point will take us into the technical timeout. Tough call, isn't it, really? I think what we're seeing from both teams, though, is there's no shortage of ambition and emotion on court. That's another great play. Piccinini, the recipient of a good set, brought in from position 4 to about 3.5 on the net. Well, Borazza created a bit of disturbance there with a little C-quick. Smokovic from that pipe attack position keeps Novara's interests well and truly alive, though. Look at that, how the game has changed. 2, sometimes 3 players moving at different tempos that are very close to each other through zones on the net. It's unusual. Fine Kuhn with a service error.
Sostituzione, Schelera in campo libero, solo Kite la prima linea.
Sort of Kate again in. I think she's a massive fan of this occasional blocking role when Lobianco is at the net. Novara will take that. Sort of Kate won't. She'll be straight out again, and look at that. There you go. That's what a youngster looks like who wants to be playing the sport that she loves. Piccinini going for the ball and neither of them getting there. Back to the bench for Indira Sorokay. Argetti, though, it's back to the scoreboard.
A servizio, Francesca Piccinini.
Pass. Nice run at the net, but it still doesn't create the point from Novara. A good basic throw up to the wing does for Bergamo. Decent controlled set. A little bit of a peak on it, and Del Corre makes full use of the arms. Capitano makes the kill. Piccinini has played brilliant volleyball, I think, in this game so far. She's been the difference. for Bergamo. 3-woman block there. Osmokrovic just getting a little greedy and reaching in rather than shoring up her cross-court position. Gushka, the veteran Polish setter, is the backup setter for Bergamo. Just being interviewed courtside. We may see her in action, but Lobianco's in such terrific form it would have to be an injury. So that doesn't happen. Here comes Rosso again. Valeria Rosso. Shot. That lovely smooth arm swing that Paggi has, she hits pretty effortlessly. Piccinini in hands on the referee there. Francesca getting away with that. Sure what the problem was.
No. Quando ha palleggiato l'oro bianco non ha toccato nessuno. Piccinini, questo è l'ultimo avvertimento verbale per Miceli.
Free laying down the law, asking Miceli to move away from the second official and asking for Pedula to hold his ground as well. The two coaches getting a bit excited, I think, at this stage, and why wouldn't they? Big stakes at play here. Just about getting a hand on that, but the block was equal to it. 20 all. How quickly has this set flown by? Don't tell me Novara are going to go 2 sets to 0 up again, because I don't think Bergamo's night is done. Not just yet. Osmokrovic with a beautiful turn down the line. Again, brought in off the wing. That time because the set just didn't make it. The problem is for the blockers, when Osmokrovic comes into 3.5, if you take the cross-court away, she jumps so high that the line is automatically open, and that became a free hit past Lobianco. I saw Lobianco just touch on Arigesi's side there to say this is cross-court, let's hold our position, but it didn't work.
Partita combattutissima, punteggio altalenante anche questo secondo set. Sentiamo sempre più forte l'applauso di tutto il palazzo. Rientra Serena Ortolani per Bergamo.
There's the signal for the next set. Attackers know where to run now for Lobianco. Wide it is. Swept down the line from Del Corre with plenty of width and options. Oh, great block. This time it was red. And Paggi moving round on that slide D. Didn't get enough room. It was Kodsuk, I'm afraid, who got blocked. Paggi's deception didn't work. Off she goes again. There's that tandem again. Just for me causes too many problems. It's nice to see it used once again, but why not just stabilise things out wide? Nice read from Kozuk to back off. Not a great pass from her. And Osmokrovic has to just put a fist on the ball and knocks it into the antenna. And Bergamo looking like they're going to level this one up at 1 apiece. Pedala's turn to use the timeout at his disposal. Had one left. And there you go. I thought she'd just have to try and fist that, but in the end got some fingers onto the ball, but it wasn't enough to control it. There'll be time. But remember, they had 2 set points against them in the last set and overcame that, Novara. Probably no reason why they shouldn't try for that again. Oh, that's a bit of luck, but the ball was kept live long enough. Osmokrovic collapsing onto that side of the net, colliding with Lobianco, I think it was. And there we go, that's the fault. Three set points this time for Bergamo. Can they use them? The tandem works this time. We're back to exactly the situation we had about 30 minutes ago. Fonkun is out. Chiara Lappi is in, replacing Scarabello, whose knee is still injured. Young middle blocker on court. Oh, dear me. Well, the substitution proved a weight. Away we go then, set 3, 1-all. Kozuk straight into it. The woman that stuck that serve so far over the baseline.
Servizio 1 pari. Questi arrivati alla battuta.
Just going to have to wait for things to develop again here. I can't see either team really running away with it. They're in such great side-out form. Both sides of the net are just keeping that scoreboard ticking over very nicely. Who started this match with a very nice service run to give her team an initial lead. It was a bit all over the place. Kozuk knows it as well. Wide is it, and Zanello, a quick inquiry. It was Barcellini that hit the ball and hit it well wide of Del Corre's arm. Did touch something, but it was the net tape. Back into Barcellini, but actually it had already gone down the side of the Bergamo net and then just bounced from that side and looked as if it came back to her. Little optical illusion you sometimes get. Still think Ortolani's role in this match could be pivotal. She's that little bit of extra firepower that if Bergamo can just really ignite, they could run away with this. Oh, great chase from Merlot. Somehow managed to avoid the cameraman as well. And another ball into play. Anzanello passes and then tips. Great up from Merlot. This is terrific stuff from the libero. Oh dear me, free ball. And wasted. Oh my goodness. Well, you can't play better than that in backcourt. Piccinini's missed that. That's Merlot's dive. The cameraman missed her. She missed the cameraman. Like the little smile, though, to the camera at the end of that play. And then Piccinini went and thrashed it over the sideline. Shocker. Gets it right this time. 4-5 all. Puts a bit of cut on most of her shots, just hits around the back of the ball slightly. And fans don't like this. They see that as Novara time wasting, but clearly a bit of moisture on the court, and brilliant as these modern floors are, if they do have a touch of moisture on them, it can be dangerous. Cardalot. What she's focused on there, just getting a bit of information from the coach maybe. Block. Well, Piccinini's making up and more for that hitting error after the two brilliant Merlot defensive plays. Oh, great shot. How cool was that? More time wasting as the crowd see. Overpass, well contained from Lobianco. And a big swinging hit. Great shot from Smokrovic there. Well, this would be a feather in their cap if they can get 8-7 for the technical timeout, team in blue. This will be a good opportunity. Good reactions from Bergamo. And a super kill from Paggi, so another really high quality rally from both teams.
Se sta così sta rimanendo un pelo staccata, poi dopo non riusciamo più a giocare sulle palle rapide, dai. Guido, perché stai un pochino tenendo all'indietro, quindi sta rimanendo su quella palla lì. Ok.
Technical timeout arrives then, but this is far from done. This is going to be a very cagey contest all the way, I think.
Ok, quindi adesso un attimino di pazienza, respiriamo, Dai, forza, via. Allora,
That's the kill from Paggi. She's got a fantastic arm swing. Produces the power, but never really looks like she's overexerting herself to get the hit. Couple of little pockets of points. 3 from Bergamo to get the lead, 3 from Novara to respond. But we've had barely any runs of 4 points in a row. Mostly singles and doubles, which indicates a very good side-out situation. This time Piccinini has stopped. It's been a while since Novara have managed to do that. Marcoon next to Paggi. Goodness knows how many times Paggi has blocked against Piccinini in national squad drills over the years. Didn't help her on that occasion, and Cardillo getting her timing wrong as well. Threw herself into that defensive play and it just clipped off the net, I think. Went up into Paolo Cardillo's chest. Yeah, it was the net that it touched. Messed her timing up completely. And a scrappy play from Paggi. This set starting to turn Novara's way. 2 points doesn't make a set, certainly, but some signs here that they're getting away with a few things, playing pretty confidently. Great swing, Piccinini. Almost uncontainable tonight. Stalks back to the service line. Well, the blocking for Novara has improved dramatically in this third set. Barcellini on that occasion getting in on the action to shut down Arrighetti. It's Coach Micheli once again under pressure. Great crowds. Always is the case for the semi-final and final stages of the Findomestic Volley Cup here in Italy. Especially when you've got big rivalries out there on court, which there is between these two teams. Look at that for a domestic volleyball tie. That's super, and what a great stadium as well. This is wonderfully enclosed. It's a little Colosseum feel to this Bergamo home venue. Crowds stacked up around the court, so the noise is tremendous as well. Arrighetti just taking a little bit longer to celebrate that one. She meant that. Has to go on the players you probably wouldn't argue with list, I think, Arrighetti. One tough customer. Cellini makes another play. Pretty consistent with that. Barazza is struggling a bit in the middle for me for Bergamo. Ortolani's had an incredibly quiet game, and still Bergamo 1-1. Has that hit the corner? Line Advanced judge says yes, despite Michelli saying no. But as you know, it's not the coach's decision. I thought Osmokrovic got it bang on. Oh dear. That was directed at Michelli, and she went for some afters as well. Coach Michelli's just taken a bit of a backward step. Cardillo finally gets a pick up. Once again, the team doesn't kill the ball. I mean, just because the libero's made a fantastic defensive play doesn't necessarily mean you should win the point. Kozuk didn't really come up with anything on that shot. Looked like a throw. Referee agrees. Carry given against Anzanello. A second handling fault of the evening. Look at this, takes it behind her head, throws it down. Good shout from the ref. In comes Rossa. That's a big decision. In the short term, it pays off for Pedula. The excited Valeria Rosso getting a ball immediately from Van Koon. I'm just wondering if that's Van Koon saying to the bench, yeah, I agree with that decision, keep her on. Rosso doesn't have the block height though of her compatriot Anzanello. Jenny Barazza making hay there with a haymaker. Marcellini's out, Lombardo's in. The substitution causes enough of a problem with some information. Right then, we're back on in this third set. 16-14 to the visitors. Great block. Paggi next to Kozuk. And at the moment it's going very well for Novara. Paggi got all of that. Courtesy of a very nice lineup from Kozuk, getting her in the right place to jump. That outside blocker has so much to do with whether the middle blocker makes a play, and I think a lot of players don't understand that. A lot of coaches don't necessarily understand it. Again, Kozuk coming in off the line to try and get into the right position, but nicely struck by the irrepressible Piccinini. She has been that this evening. Been very, very good. Barazza it will be to serve as Rosso discusses things with Pedula. Oh, that was a sweeping hit. Now there's the variation that I think we need to see from Van Koon. Didn't just run that side tandem play again. She came up with a different combination for Kozuk to terminate. Oh, nice cover from Kozuk. Nice up again. Great defence from the German. Finally, though, a tip from Piccinini right to the middle of the court. Great reaction there from the tall German opposite player. And then how's this? Goalkeeper style for a second pick-up. Sorry, that's gone to the third play. Kozuk there demanding from her defenders on that opposite play, why weren't you there? That was in the air a long time. I nearly got there. From completely the wrong part of court. Didn't say that sentence, of course. That would have been far too long, but that's what she was implying. She'd made the effort. Why couldn't somebody else? Bacci's in. Solocate's in. like Piccadilly Circus down there at the substitutes line. And it's worked. Smokrovic being given more pressure from the service line by Bergamo than I think any other team has decided to deliver this season. And Smokrovic shanks another pass. So she is fallible. Tonight, anyway. Great shot, Kozukon to the line. Desperately important kill there from the opposite player. What I like about this game is that neither set has been that easy to read. Ortolani's back in. Every single set has been just a guess towards the end. Couldn't tell who was going to take it. Smokrovic will serve. Once again, Chiara Lappi is in. Sweeping hit from the very impressive Aloghetti. She's had a game and a half tonight so far. I think we'd all like to see her get a few more blocks. Coach Micheli more than anybody. So that short change up is over. Off comes Lappi, back to the bench. Back in comes Van Kuhn. Immediately supplies Paggi, who has a wild hit at that one. That was right on her shoulder, so not that easy to contact, but she really shouldn't have swung hard at this, just tipped it over. It's a ridiculous angle to go for. 19 all. Still anybody's guess. Paggi this time goes for the tee. Slightly more sensible hit, but she's missed that one as well. And Van Kuhn must be pulling her hair out. Good hitters like Paggi, experienced hitters like Paggi, you can afford to go to them a second time and just give them that opportunity to make up for the earlier transgression. Paggi with two pretty lame hits out the side.
Una grande partita anche questo terzo set. Si lotta ad ogni scambio. Sentiamo le curve, non sentiamo le tribune.
Alessandro Kamada. Check to the courtside reporter. She's the second libero. Can't play two liberos nowadays. So that if the libero isn't having a great game, they can be substituted by the backup. What a one-on-one block from Aloghetti. What was I saying about the blocking needing to improve from her? Well, that's a good place to start. Shuts down the backline offence. Kozuk had stepped on the line as well. Important kill from Barcellini. All that scurrying around from the Novara attackers to try and run plays. And I can't help thinking that in that situation, the ball has to be high because it's not a great pass, and any work being done by the attackers in that situation is pretty much negated by a high set. Oh dear. Aloghetti is blocked now. This is wonderful. Isn't this good, the way this is rocking backwards and forwards? It's Rosso. Just about closed that gap. Barcellini got all of the ball. But since Rosso's inclusion, Novara have done well. Still think Anzanello is the way forward though. Good reaction. Van Kuhn is again being asked to block middle, the setter for Novara, and it's working. Clever hit from Barcellini. Just avoiding the defence. Piccinini, another timeout then. And Micheli just didn't want to let that one continue. That's why Novara's run of 3 points to counter the Bergamo run of 4. How about that, eh? I haven't heard smoke on the water for years. Now then, which team's going to get the job done this set? It's been wide open. Just how a really top-class volleyball match should be. Paggi to serve. High and deep. And a good defensive play as well. Here's a chance. Not taken. Super hit. Oh, dear. Oh, that is unfortunate. Novara with a clear opportunity there and a second bite of the cherry, and they couldn't pass it on Funkoon's head. They just passed it straight over the net to the Novara attackers. Characteristic errors from Osmokrovic tonight. To pass, and in the end that created a diversion for Rosso to benefit. Yes, the blocker's going too early with Funkoon. Not a great read from Jenny Barazza there. Funkoon was front court, so that's what she was jumping to cover, the second ball play. A beautiful set from the Chinese captain. 23-22 to Novara. That brings up the set point. Wild hit from Del Corre, the hero from the last set. 24-22. Actually, Novara's first time to 24 in this match. Had to win the first set, coming right back through into the 30s. But this is their first bona fide chance in regulation play. It's going to come with a bump set from Cardillo to the midline. Funkoon goes wide. Not a great set from the Funkoon by her high standards. That was awful. She's going to get another chance to make up for it. Goes reverse. Tip from Barcellini to mid-court. Great pick-up from Merlo. And a super swing from Del Corre. Pounds it off the block and out. The Novara players thought they had that. Now, this is where players have to relax. They had a chance to win the match off their own serve. That was Barcellini's fingertips. Now they've got it as they would like it, a chance to win this set off their own attack. That's terrible setting from Funkoon, I'm afraid. Not going to be made to pay for it just yet. Big hit from Osmokrovic required, and she's done it. Has battered that one from position 6 off a broken play. Cardillo just bumped it into the air. Osmokrovic decided to go for broke quite rightly and got away with it. Creamed it. Super hit from the captain. Perdello's happy. And but is it mission impossible? We will see. I don't think it is. I think there's a chance for them here. Great up. Good defensive start from Del Corre. Nice little read there from Osmokrovic. Kozuk can't finish the job off. She was convinced that there was a touch or it was in, one of the two. I think with this many fans in the building, there's a bit of condensation down there on court. Rosso hangs on to her place ahead of Anzanello. That is a fascinating decision from Coach Pedula. Shows that he's a strong coach to be able to make that sort of decision, because Anzanello is not backward in coming forward. And Rosso gets in on the act, blocking next to Barcellini, taking out Piccinini. That's a concern, I think, for Bergamo, Piccinini's fitness into these later stages. Down the line, but over the line. Well, she spiked with brutal efficiency for most of the evening, but at the start of this crucial fourth set, the Bergamo captain's having a few problems. El Capitano, as the announcer's been calling her. Well, no team has really run away with it, not since Bergamo put the pressure on in the first set, but they didn't win that set. Coach living every single point. I think halfway through that celebration he realised he better tone it down, and Micheli having to burn a timeout almost immediately. You want those timeouts in games like this. You want those timeouts for use from 20 points onwards. Good team spirit, both sides of the net. Saved by Lobianco. Talani thrashes that one over the baseline as well, so hitting errors aplenty. 4-1, Novara already with that 3-point margin, but it's so early in the set. A lot of work for Novara to do as Barcellini prepares to serve. More discussions between the referee and the captain.
È il primo tocco, purtroppo, è il primo tocco. Tocchi rapidi, continui, simultanei, è il primo tocco. Non è doppia, purtroppo.
Referee's been totally in charge of this one. And it doesn't do Bergamo any good at all. The overpass hammered by the other captain, Osmokrovic, just feeling her neck and her shoulder a bit there. Again, the economy of effort from her. And Baki's in for Del Core. So what you get from Baki is this incredible aggression, you get this incredible drive. You don't get hitting efficiency necessarily, and on that occasion you didn't get passing efficiency either. Once again, Lobianco forced onto the net tape. Quick apology from Baki. Can't believe this. Micheli's had to burn a timeout. He's under pressure. He's watching his team disintegrate in this fourth set. Both his timeouts gone. And really now the only throw of a dice left is more substitutions, and he's already called a couple of those. Back is on. Talani's lost her place on court as well. This is bizarre. Really didn't foresee that. I thought Bergamo would stay in there fighting and make things incredibly difficult for Novara, who were the team that were going to feel the nerves most of all the closer they got to that result to take it to Thursday. It was a desperately needed point from Giannini. Pedalo clearly thinks his team could have had this. Oh, wasn't far off, was it? A block by Paggi. Not a stuff block, but a slowdown block. Well, what do you say in that situation? Sudakate is not happy about being a bench player at this phase of the season. She's been thrown in there. She's been asked to come and serve tough from the baseline, and she's wafted it out. And that's it. That might be her game done. That was a huge opportunity for her to stay on court ahead of Ortolani, and she's not earned it. And it comes down to that in sport. You get your chance once in a while, and when it comes along, you've got to make the most of it. Good kill from Arrighetti. Nice rise on that one-footed takeoff. And Bergamo doing the right thing here. They've They've got to split this down into individual thirds of a set. So here they've just got to try and hold on as long as they can before the technical. That's a great effort from Merlo. Here's another valuable point, this time from Baki. So, rather than just roll over and let Novara win that first section to 8 points, they've made sure they've pushed hard all the way. Now, if they can move this to 6 points and it's 8-6, they're back in this. This time they read that crossover play from Kozuk, but not well enough. Merlo chasing to the advertising hoardings, and Bergamo can afford to take risks here. They can afford to not be overly concerned about this result, because it does have to go to a playoff. Novara take this. Technical timeout arrives then. Healthy lead still for Novara.
Da te vuole l'atteggiamento di qua in difesa, eh? Serve qualche palla di più adesso in difesa per la Leo, eh? Dai, forza. Dai che andiamo a prendere, raga!
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this as well, but I've really enjoyed this match. We've seen all that is good about Italian volleyball tonight. The tremendous block organisation, the wonderful defensive effort, especially from the two liberos. While not the strength in depth in the squads, that's an issue certainly from a financial point of view, but the strength out on court from both teams has been really of the highest quality, as we're let down by a service error from Kozuk, and that's been her problem this evening. Oh, I should think that's double figures. It is 10 serves going into the net or out the back of court for Novara. Smokrovic can't repair that damage. This is when Novara have to be very, very careful indeed. Baki's made a good start. Now, what we'll see from Baki, and we've seen this quite a few times during the season, she's had one or two massive games from the bench where she's come on and she's just ripped it up all the way through to the end of the match. But Baki is prone to coming on, being big for a few points, and then drifting away again. So keep an eye on the outside hitter for Bergamo, who's on instead of Del Corre. For Novara, consistency has deserted them temporarily. Well, this is something we haven't seen in the rest of the match. We're only into the mid-third and we're right at the start of that in set 4, and already between the two coaches they've used 3 timeouts, 2 for Michelli, 1 for Pedula. And I can guarantee you that is never a good sign. Look at that run of points from Novara. That's what's caused the damage, but Bergamo have repaired that, chipped away in a couple of decent runs, a double and a treble. By that I mean 2 points linked together, 3 points linked together, which is how you win sets, how you keep pressure on your opponents. Blocking, levels it up. And all of a sudden, things don't seem so bad for the home team, and it's all down to that lady, Baki. Super arrangement in the block. She's not tall, she doesn't jump high. Boy, does she play with her heart on her sleeve. 3 big points from her. Very good call from Coach Michelli to change things around, and what a valuable asset Baki is on the bench. Is she making up for that last error? Still quite impassive. She's not really got herself into this match or into this season, I would say, Funkun. She'll learn though if she stays for another season. Great pickup. Is that another kill? No, Bucky's missed it now. Watch to see how long Bucky can keep herself in this game. Does she stay on court or does she make more errors and leave? Just missed the finger of Funkun. Jetti Delacore watching closely from the bench as Novara move into a 2-point lead. Giannini's turn to talk to the referee, and that's Bergamo's weakness. Bacchi is being exposed. That's a good call, referee. Excellent call. I'm a big fan of that because, as I've said earlier in this broadcast, too many non-setters get away with trying to make too many sets like that, and that's a stinker. So come on, referees, let's get on the case with that. Oh, nice touch again from Merlot. In. So Bacchi's game came in as an impact player, and you know, if you bring Bacchi on at 20 all in this set, she's won the set for you. But she's on very early, and all of a sudden this is why you see that she is a bench player. She's made a couple of errors, shanked a pass, put her team under pressure, having made a great set of points, and I would say at the moment she's probably level. And a tip from Jenny Barazza, who's had a quiet, solid game as ever. Bucky moves to the service line. This is quite a big serve for her. A couple of good balls in court here would just let Michelli know she wants to play still. That'll do. There you go. Great serve.
Lucia
11 all. Not bad from 6-1 down. Done it again. That was an awful pass from Barcellini, but oh, is this in? That's great play. Great play from Paggi. And they've earned the point. That's wide, but it's touched someone on the way. Didn't see the lines judge signal that. I just saw the flag go up. That's terrific. Quick thinking from... It was actually Rosso. My apologies. They both look alike, Paggi and Rosso. Oh, no, the referee, the lines judge did put the hand on top of the flag to signal touch. Heavy hit from Barcellini, and there is still life in this game yet. I don't think 5 sets is out of the realms of possibility at all here. Merlot putting her body and her face on the line there. That ball, that overpass drifting to Valeria Rosso. With a massive scream, she's crunched that on the onto the libero. Still no sign of Anzanello getting back on court as Funkun makes another service error. She's not the player that she was before that shoulder and knee surgery that she underwent just ahead of the Beijing Games. Nice play. Barcellini terminates another fine combination. And is rewarded with a substitution. Lombardo comes in. So again, Lombardo on for serve and defensive duties. Barcellini will come back in the front court in 3 rotations time. Good start from Lombardo. That was a golden opportunity there. What is it with Kozuk? Why does she back off on those plays? That's the 3rd time she's done that tonight. Ball in play, it's a transition attack, it's an opportunity to swing hard. Erika Araki is on. Japanese middle blocker who plays usually in the opposite position and only plays as a point blocker. Rarely gets any other court time. And she'll be straight off again. Kozuk takes the point. Rosso goes back to serve. And Araki goes back to the bench. Lobianco's in. How frustrating is that for a player? Your only contribution on the whole night is to walk on court and walk off again. Great kill. Yeti going right after that cross-court shot. Now can Francesca come up with something for her team? Again, well forced. Moncuni's running a pretty technical offence, but I don't think she's getting the ball in the right places. Needs to work a lot harder on putting those sets where the hitters need the ball.
Però andiamo a prendere qualcosa di inferiore in diagonale, no? Attenzione, perché hanno solo un'arma, tirare il servizio. Dobbiamo prendere spazi larghi e chiamare in anticipo. I 3 ricettori, spazi larghi e chiamare in anticipo. È chiaro? Il resto andiamo in difesa muro come...
Well, this cracking game just gets better and better. Novara been ahead by quite some way in this set. They've seen Bergamo, the home team, peg them back. Bergamo not out of this by any means yet. They've got some hard work ahead of them, but if they can take this to 5, then it will come down to a straight 1-set shootout to 15 points for a place in the final from Bergamo's point of view. And from Novara's point of view, the shootout is to stay in this competition. There we go, 16 all. Nothing separating them. Smokrovic has had, by her own amazing standards, a poor semi-final, I think. She's not performed in any of the games to this point. Hasn't been a one-woman demolition job for the rest of the season for Novara. Back third then of this set. Which coach is going to blink first? Weak. That is such a weak point, a soft point as we would call it. Novara thinking about other things, thinking about the attack to come and just forgetting about the ball. Full marks to Barcellini for getting herself on the floor and trying to make the play. That is great work. Great work from Lobianco, even better work from Ortolani. And will Ortolani now start to become influential in this match? I don't think she's had more than 4 hits in this game. I think that was her 4th hit. But she still has a role to play here as the referee has another word with Osmokrovic. I think it's Pedula that's the problem. I think he's unhappy with the coach's vocality on the side of the court. Perfectly able to stand up from the bench and pace around on the sideline, but must not go inside that checkered line down the side of the court. Nice up from Cardillo. Nice up from Merlo. And a nice down from the outside attacker. Piccinini is still there or thereabouts. Kept this Bergamo performance on track, and Pedalo's going to use another timeout. So that's Novara's timeout's gone. We know that Bergamo's coach Micheli has used his timeouts, as Marta Bektis has a little chat to the courtside reporter, the backup setter. Bektis had such a terrific run towards the end of the season for Novara, including setting her team to a win over Pesaro, one of the only defeats they've suffered this season. Who will hold their nerve in the back third of this fourth set? Are we going to 5, or in this match anyway, or are Novara going to make sure that we go to 5 in the series? It's all about the 5s really at the moment. That is a valuable miss from Novara's point of view, an absolute stinker from Lobianco's point of view. She's beside herself. There we go. Now that says one thing to me. That says, from Pedalo's point of view, we're going to 5 sets. I want Anzanello on in the 5th set. I'm going to get her on, get her warm, and then if there's a bonus to be had and we can take this set, we'll take it. Rotation's not great though for Novara. This isn't quite the lineup that they were looking for. They need to get off this rotation, get Funkun to the service line. If they can achieve that, then they've got a chance. But right here, if as far as I'm concerned, if Bergamo can make another couple of points off the backy serve before Funkun gets to the service line, and I reckon they're okay. I reckon we're going to 5. And that's just about down from Osmokrovic. 1-on-1 against Barazza. Good blocking. That is super blocking from Novara. Well, I said if they can get Funkun back, they've got a chance. She's on the back line now. They've got 3 strong rotation places to go through with the blockers on the net. Kozuk in that opposite position. So even if they just trade side-outs, they're going to get themselves to 23 before Funkun comes back to the front line. She's missed again. Well, that's incredible. 3 service errors from one of the best players in the world, Funkun. No, it's not really that much to smile about, is it? Not at this stage of the game. And not with the way the rotations are poised. But makes up for that with a terrific set to Rosso. Amazing that Rosso has stayed on and Paggi has replaced, or been replaced by Anzanello. But that's the way it's working at the moment. And Rosso's earned her place on court, I would say. What a poor miss. Not a great set from Lobianco, and Giannini it was that smashed it wide. 22-21 Novara. Del Corre comes back in. I have to say that's probably a good call from Micheli. We shall see if it is the right call, but Paggi's pass is not great. Del Corre is fine in that department as she pops another ball into a perfectly settable position. Great up from Cardillo. And another great defensive play, this time from Rosso. And Osmokrovic does what you should do with a transition opportunity. She has crunched it. You're in the rally with a bit of decent play and a bit of luck, so just do what you can to win the point. And don't do what Kozuka's been doing in this game. That's just rolling it on those situations. 23-21. Great pass from Merlot and a wild hit from Arrighetti. And Novara have 3 opportunities now to take this game all the way, and this semi-final all the way to 5 games. This then for the match. Good play. Great use of the net from Osmokrovic. Good touch from Cardillo. Oh dear. Still in. What a rally. And a kill finally. Piccinini keeps their team in this. But now Novara have the ball in their court. They have 2 opportunities to attack for the win. No guesses where Fonkun is thinking about setting this ball. Osmokrovic has got to be favourite. She passes, she gets the set. It's a horrible set. Oh, well reacted from Kozuk this time. Yes, she's got it. And Osmokrovic drums that off the outside block, and Novara keep their cup final hopes alive. What a terrific game. That really was high-quality volleyball, with both teams close to the edge, playing up there and pushing each other all the way in each set. A massive start to this game, and then Novara finally squeezed a win out of that. And we will go to a 5th game to sort it out between these two for a place in the cup final against Scavallini Pesaro, who are already through. And for Novara to come here and win is a very big ask. Osmokrovic with that final hit, and the reaction of the players and coaching staff tell you that this was a very, very important night for them, and they are still alive in the Fin Domestic Volley Cup against Bergamo in this semi-final. Well, good stuff. For those of us that have really enjoyed this semi-final encounter, it means that we are going to be treated to a deciding 5th game. That'll be coming up on Eurosport on Thursday evening. I hope you can join me for that one, because it has all the ingredients to be a terrific night of volleyball. Which team is going to come up with the goods? Bergamo going to 2-1. Novara levelling it up at 2 apiece, and we're going to take a 5th game to decide the winner and decide which team goes on to the cup final of the Fin Domestic Volley Cup against Scavallini Pesaro. That's still to be decided. Full marks to Novara, though, for holding their nerve. Well, for those of you that have followed the Italian League throughout this whole season on Eurosport 2, I think this is ample reward for just how well these teams have played and the sort of entertainment we've had. Well, I'll see you on Thursday then to see who's going through from Bergamo and Novara.
Want volleyball? Then you deserve nothing but the best. One league rules Europe. Now they're set to fight out to the finish in the Italian Championship Finals. From April 14th to May 16th.